Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're gonna get started on the Marvel Legends Surtur from Thor Ragnarok on the Infinity Saga. You know what? I actually don't know his official title. I just know it's Surtur for the MCU because I believe it's Infinity Saga, but it's from the movie Thor Ragnarok. And honestly, just welcoming, welcoming Surtur is pretty dope because I just think he's dope. I'm into Mythic Legions. I love Thor Ragnarok. It's my wife's favorite movie, but I'm gonna say like big old fire demon is a big plus in my eyes. And it's gonna be a quick video because there's not much to go over, but I just wanted to show off. Just it's a fun figure. It's something that's different. It's gigantic. I don't have a giant man to compare to, unfortunately, but I feel like you guys know where I'm going with this. First, let's talk about how ridiculously big he is. Like I have to set him up like further out and at a much larger height in, as you can see him, like these guys are stacked up. It's bigger than any dio piece that I can make, so it's big. And as far as look, I love how this looks. Like this is one of those things where the translucent look on it and everything going for it is just so nice. You can see the darker parts of the flame. You can see the bigger body. Like it's just really nice. Now, one thing I want to show off very quickly is actually, because it's translucent, I could just put some light in there. So I'm gonna back him up towards my light, and you can see how he looks with some light. So, and as you can see, the body is actually lighting up really, really well, including the head. Because if I just, same thing applies towards the head as it lights up so nicely. So I just wanted to show that off because I think this is one of those things where if you were having fun photography wise, you would have a ton of fun with this type of thing with him. So I'm going to try to show that off as well. Now, as far as the rest of our look and articulation, our head can go up, it can go down, but it's crazy because I believe it could go further back. Nope, let me double check. I could be wrong. Nope, it's on the new joint, so I was wrong. So, let me pop this back in. And sorry about it because I'm trying to adjust to this height difference. It is a little jarring for me right now because just everything is just kind of out of whack. But we can actually tilt side to side. Our crown, or AKA our crown brows, are soft plastic. So if you feel like you warped it out, or you have it like somewhere where it just leans out badly, you can just redo that by just hot watering it, pushing it back, so you won't have too much of an issue. The flames here are onto it. The tops are plastic. Now, the only major gripe that I have really is definitely going to stem from the fact that he cannot lift his arms up too high. So while you can rotate him around, which with no issue, so you can rotate these around, lifting it up is going to be like that's as far as you're going to get. And I'm not sure if that's just mine or anybody else's, but going outwards is probably going to be your big gripe. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if it's just me and my figure or everybody else's. Forgot to ask Jess, but we do have our bicep swivel, and we are double jointed, so we can still do all of this and get a lot of move. And it's crazy because I just think that it's a plastic hindrance issue. Like maybe if I sliced off some excess plastic, maybe I get a better movement, because they actually put a ton of movement here in the upper torso, right? And gave him this serious ab crunch, and they gave him all of that, and you're telling me he would be able to lift his arms? I don't think that was something that was done purposely. But again, I am unsure, so I'm definitely going to have to ask my friends who also got Surtur. Our hands are on a nice ball joint. Oop. I extended that a little too far out, so that's on me. But you might also want to be careful with this joint too, because he does have a really big sword. He can hold it really well, but because of this short tab, you got to be careful that you don't pull it out too far. As far as the legs go, you saw earlier, I lifted it up with no problem. We have a bicep swivel. A thigh swivel. I said bicep. We have a thigh swivel, which kind of seems like it's on a ratchet. We're double jointed. I actually got to lift them up now. And we have a ankle pivot that actually rotates as well. So with the ankle rotating, we have something really nice. We can actually go forward and backwards as well. And we can rotate inward, which has a nice ratchet to keep it strong, which means we can probably get some really good poses out of him. So let's try for a few. Yeah, looks like we can actually get some nice poses because he can hold up his own weight. And I'm really starting to think that more and more I play with him, I just got some excess plastic on my shoulders because he can actually get some decent poses. Even as I get him into like basketball pose, like if you had a giant basketball or a flame ball, you can get him to like cross over somebody. Because I would love to be able to lift that arm up to get that extension for a sword swing. Speaking of, you'll get 2 extra hands for holding his sword. So you get the one closed fist and the open hand, but you'll actually get 2. Ooh, let me change my focus. 2 sword holding hands. And then you get his gigantic sword, which is bigger than any person you'll see here. It's almost bigger than him as he's crouched over. There we go. It's a really big, nice sword. I don't believe it's translucent, but let's double check. Oh, no, I was wrong. It does light up under the lighting. So if we move Surtur over. So the sword as well also has some translucent look to it, which is pretty dope. And let's test out how he holds his sword and if he can stack up on the weight of his own sword, which is very important. Also, the left hand, from what I'm holding right here, is on a vertical joint as opposed to being on a horizontal joint. So yeah, looks like he can hold up the weight of his own sword. Okay, this is actually pretty solid. Holding up the weight of his sword, got lots of height to him, looking really good. This is a good idea. I like where this is going with Surtur. This is dope. So let me stand him up actually and stop playing around and show you what this guy looks like compared to other things, which is kind of crazy. I even got to do that because he's gigantic, but you probably want to see it anyway. So I'm going to stand him up and then we're going to get ready to jump into size comparison. So I'll see you guys in a second. All right, size comparison time. It's not a crazy amount of things to compare it to, but we know that everything is smaller than him. But for the Legions guys, here is a Legion next to him. In case you want to have your guy fight a giant demon. Here is an ogre size Equidron, or Shadow Equidron, depending on, I don't even remember anymore. And these guys are even significantly smaller than him. Right? Let's move these guys out of the way. Oh, you know what? Let's say you wanted to go crazy in these streets and you want to compare a Figma Guts. Here is a random Guts. Even though we can choose the Black Swordsman or the Berserk Armor. That's the one I had there. So let's try to change that focus a little bit. There we go. Right? Then obviously, let's say you want a Thor. Here is a Thor. Right? Then we have a Mezco Thor. Because first off, we did SHF. Here is a Mezco Thor. So you can see just how small everybody is, right? And then, a Marvel Legends Thor. Because now you have a variety of Thor. And the Marvel Legends Thor is actually gigantic. Which is cool because, you know, it's okay with being 8 feet tall. So yeah. Here we go. So we have those dudes. Here is a Hulk. In case Hulk ever do get a chance to fight Big Monster. And Hulk is just tiny compared to him. Next up, we have Hela. Oop, got my Mando hand stuck. Alright. Even Hela is super duper tiny. But those two probably have a cool battle look that they would probably just look, I don't know, crazy. But I personally save one of my favorites for last before I get into comparing with some other stuff that's outside of the realm of Surtur. And it's my main man, Beta Ray Bill. In Beta Ray Bill, if you haven't, you should 100% read the miniseries from Daniel Warren Johnson. And Beta Ray Bill just looks fantastic with Surtur. I can't speak about it enough. I 100% believe that everyone should go read that mini. I hope that it comes out on trade paperback very soon, or hardcover, because I'm going to collect that as well. But yeah, Beta Ray Bill and Surtur are a great match. Here is the new Motu Revelations Skeletor next to Surtur, in case you want to compare those two. Here is a Black Series Boba Fett. And then I think I'm going to be able to do it. Let me see if I can reach it. Mezco Thanos. Small, but big at the same time. At least compared to Surtur. And here's Storm Collectibles Axe Battler. The only thing I know that's going to come close enough that's not Goro or Motoro or anything like that. You can see it now. So these how these guys all stack up. But yeah, this was a nice, cool, and quick video that I hope that you guys truly did enjoy. Like, I really do. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the likes and all the good stuff. And I appreciate you guys as always. As always, please be good, do good, drink your